Still going through plants that we've got left. We're getting there, albeit slowly. We're down to just a few plants now, and it's a case of where do we put what's left, because we haven't really got any room left in greenhouses. We have got a bit of space and a raised bed outside, but in UK there's certain plants that I'd rather not put outside, and that's peppers. And I've still got all these peppers left, and we've planted up loads. We've got a full greenhouse of pepper plants. We've got some down in that container garden, and I've also got some in 2 litre pots. But I did sow quite a lot. There's some more. They're a bit tall, but they're perfectly good looking plants. And as I said last week, I'm not wasting anything. There's another 21 pepper plants there. So I might actually even be breaking my own rules, because I always said don't plant members at nightshade family together, which is tomatoes and peppers. But I think this year I'm going to put some in anyway and see what happens. The only reason you shouldn't plant tomatoes with peppers is because they're susceptible to the same problems. So although it's a bit of a risk, I just want to get these plants in and see something for them. First job on Monday morning is get rid of all these peppers. And I'm finally going to get this done. I'm going to put it in a container. It seems to be doing alright in just a 2 litre. So I'm going to move it on into something quite a bit bigger. And then that's another one for container garden. I don't think we can leave it in this pot for much longer. So that's 2 jobs to do today. Because I'm not 100% sure what type of peppers these are, because there's no labelling them anymore, I think I'll put one of these in a container. Then I can keep it to one side. And as I was saying, some of them are quite tall. We can bury them a little bit, so that's not a problem. But I think that is probably about one of the best ones. So we'll use that in a container. And I'm just going to pop it into one of these, because I've got quite a few of these spare. So I'm going to plant it a bit deeper, so we'll make a nice deep hole to accommodate this plant. I'm only going to bury it as deep as those leaves, round about there. We don't want to bury peppers too deep. They don't grow more roots like tomato plants do. We have got a bit of a root tangle going off. It's not excessive, but I think it's definitely about time this week that we got these sorted out. I took them bottom leaves off now. A bit of feed at bottom, I'm pretty sure they're ready for it. They've been in those cells for a long time. We'll get this plant in now. Another one of those jobs we keep putting off. And just like that, it's done. We'll keep this in greenhouse as well. 1 down, 20 to go. And we'll get rid of these ones first, because they're still in those 6cm pots and definitely ready to come out. So we'll go down to other greenhouse and we'll put them in there. So I'm going to put them in here, and I'll put them in between those plants, but a bit farther away, just to give them a bit of breathing space. And I'll just keep doing this today until we've got rid of everything. So I'm going to put them there. They're far enough away from those plants. Lots of roots. Let's get them in and give them a chance. In fact, I'm going to put one there as well. The ground's very dry in here today. Make sure we give these a really good watering. These ones I'm not burying deeper because they're not bad plants, quite stocky really. we'll just pop one more in. Don't get as much sun in this area as other parts of the greenhouse, but we'll see how it does. At least it's got a fighting chance by being in ground finally. So a few extra plants in here now, and we'll see how they get on over the next few weeks. I have still got a few of those left and that other full tray, so we need somewhere else. I think I'm going to squeeze a few more in here. This is all peppers in here, apart from that one cucumber. Just to get these over and done with, we'll just fill this greenhouse with pepper plants now. I think now it's got to a point where I'm just putting things wherever I can, just so these plants aren't wasted. So that's why we're adding more to this greenhouse now. I'll try and space them as best I can. I'm not burying these any deeper. They're a little bit tall, but I'm just going to go with it this time. As long as they're in ground, that's all that matters. I've just got room for one there. At least we're getting down them today. That's another row done. Then I'm going to do another row this way. So that's them all gone out that tray. There we go, for the sake of 10 minutes. And now we really have got a greenhouse full of peppers. And then I can finally get rid of this one as well. That's got a yellowing leaf on bottom, so we'll get rid of that straight away. And then we can plant it a bit deeper again. Now I'm going to put it into this container. I think that's going to be plenty big enough. I'll just make an hole in it so we can sink it that bit deeper. And I'm sure it's ready for some feed. So let's get this in. I'm going to add a bit more new compost to this, burying that stem again. I think that'll do. To make sure it's firm down. So I'll mix up some tomato food for this and get a bit of a boost of nutrients now it's in its new container. And we've finally got this tomato plant sorted out. For a Monday morning we have got quite a few things done. That greenhouse is definitely full now. There's that many peppers in there. We've got some in another greenhouse. We've moved on this tomato plant, and that's a very good start to the day. So it's time to have a look round and see what else there is to do, because I'm sure there's plenty. If you want to see what we'll be doing for the rest of the week, please hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and we'll see you next time. Take care.